Hey guys, it's Katie here with Girl Bike Love. Today we're going to be reviewing the Cubii JR2 elliptical. Now don't forget to hit that like button, and if you have a question or comment, please go ahead and leave that in our comment section. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about this elliptical. Now, it is an under desk elliptical, which means you could easily use it while you're sitting at your desk, on a phone call, anything like that, because let's be honest. We spend a little bit too much time these days at the office or just sitting down and working. I'm going to go ahead and let you hear this in action. So unlike other under desk cycles that have more of a round pedal stroke, this one is oval like an elliptical. It has a small flywheel that was designed by Cubii, as well as it has a belt drive. That is part of the reason why it is so incredibly quiet while you ride it. Let you hear how this sounds. And although there are other videos out there doing a review on this product, which made it sound like this model was very loud, that has not been my experience. It's very quiet. I can easily take a phone call with a client, and there's no awkward noise in the background where the client might be asking, what else are you doing while we're talking here? So this little guy is great for those that might be rehabbing an injury. Unfortunately, that was me. I ruptured one of my calf muscles here a few months ago. Very limited on what I was allowed to do by my doctor, but this was something I was allowed to do. So it allowed me to feel like I was actually getting a little bit of a workout in. Low impact, which really helped my joints. Wasn't too hard on my calf. This little elliptical, I shouldn't keep calling it little, it's actually a great elliptical, but this piece of equipment is ideal for anybody that is rehabbing an injury, that can't, maybe go all out on a spin bike, someone with limited mobility, as well as more of our senior population. This is a great item for them to be able to do in their chairs, and there's not a whole lot of movement that would be dangerous for them. This model does come in right about 20 pounds. So it is pretty easy to move if needed. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring it a little bit closer, and let's go ahead and look at some of the other features. Before we start breaking down the different components of the Cubii JR2, I want to just talk about the ordering and delivery process. It was very seamless. So I was able to place my order probably within 5 minutes of landing on the website. And I was pleasantly surprised that normally if I order a piece of equipment, it might take, 5 to 7 business days, even longer to arrive. This piece of equipment was literally at my house probably within 3 days after I ordered it, which is fantastic. It might help that I live in Denver and it might be a little bit easier to get there, is why it got to me so fast. But nonetheless, I was very impressed by that. When it arrived, there was just a tiny bit of assembly required. Some of the other cycles and other pieces of equipment I've had to put together, they can take quite a while. But luckily, it came mostly assembled except for these pedals that you see here. I did have to put those on, but all of the equipment was obviously located in the box. So the screws and the screwdriver that I needed was already there. And I had this out of the box and ready to use probably within 10 minutes. Now, I did go ahead and at the beginning of this video, I did have it on the black mat that it came with, but I wanted to take it off so you could see some of these components just a little bit better. So as you can see, there's this little ring here in the back. Now that ring is ideal for different chairs if you're using it at your desk in order to secure it. But I'll be honest, I've used this piece of equipment on carpet, wood floor, tile floor, just to see if it was going to move. And I haven't had any problem with it moving around. It's very stable, partially because it has some pads on the bottom, some rubber pads on the bottom that kind of help hold it in place. But if you're worried about that, this little ring adds just a little bit more security as far as keeping it in place. But again, it's a great feature to have, but I haven't even really needed it because it is so sturdy. Now down here in the bottom, you'll notice this little ring. There are 8 levels of resistance. And with some of these other pieces of equipment that are similar to this that I've tried, sometimes I get to that maximum level of resistance and I have been, left wanting a little bit more, but not with this piece of equipment. I was actually pleasantly surprised that with the level of resistance that it offers. It does pack a pretty good little punch. Now this also does include a piece or an LCD screen. And as you can see up here, it has distance, RPM, stride, time, and calories. Just remember that calories, it's not set to you specifically as far as your age, your gender, your height. So that calorie reading probably will most likely be inaccurate as you ride. So I don't bet everything on that. Another good thing about this feature or this console is that you have the ability to always restart and reset it. So it's nice that you can really track what you're doing with each workout. Now, as we talked about in the beginning, this does have a belt drive and a small flywheel that's located in this compartment of the elliptical. Another unique feature of this model, although this does not link via Bluetooth, there is an actual app that comes with Cubii that offers some different classes that include strength and cardio. And so I'm going to show you a little bit of what that looks like as well. All right, I want to show you one more thing about the Cubii JR2 as far as what it offers. Cubii actually includes this free Studio Plus app, and you can take classes that go along with your Cubii JR. And so you can see you can have class collections, choose by class format if you're wanting sweat, strength, stretch, mind. You can decide what the length of your class, which instructor you want to take. I love that you can choose by class functionality, if you're wanting to do seated, if you're wanting to stand some too. Since you're not allowed to stand while using the Cubii, it's nice to have classes that include some standing components along with them. Also in the workout. But another feature I thought was really cool was that some of these classes, I love that, like one of the instructors, she actually would teach her classes and her mom would be taking it with her. Her mom is a senior, and I thought that was just a really cool touch. So the awesome thing is, again, that this is actually free to where a lot of companies charge extra for something like this. And it is available on Apple and Android.